I'm honored to introduce one of the most influential figures in AI. Known as the godmother of AI, her work has transformed how machines see and understand the world. Please welcome the co-founder and CEO of World Labs, Dr. Fei-Fei Li. Fei-Fei, we are so excited to have you here. You've been one of the leaders shaping AI for decades. Can you just give us a little bit of your perspective? Where are we today, and why did you start World Labs?
Yeah, first of all, thank you, Lisa, for inviting me to be here. Congratulations to all the announcements. I can't wait to use some of them. So it's true that there has truly been great breakthroughs in AI progress in the past few years. And as you said, I've been around the block for a while, for more than 2 decades. And I really cannot be more excited than now by where things are going. So in the past few years, language-based intelligence in AI technology really has taken the world by storm. We're seeing the proliferation of all kinds of capabilities and applications. But the truth is, there's a lot more than just language intelligence. Even for us humans, there's more than passively looking at life in the world. We are incredible spatial intelligent animals, and we have profound capabilities that use our own spatial intelligence that connects perception with action. Think about all of you being here, how you braved through airports this morning. I'm one of them, or woke up in your hotel room and get to the nice coffee shop, or find your way in this maze in Vegas to be here. All this requires spatial intelligence. So what excites me is that there's now a new wave of Gen AI technology for both embodied AI and generative AI that we can finally give machines something closer to the human level spatial intelligence. It's the ability to not only perceive, but create 3D or even 4D worlds, reason about objects and people, and imagine entirely new environments that still obey the laws of physics and dynamics in worlds, virtual or real. So that's why I started World Labs. I really want to bring spatial intelligence to life and deliver value to people.
I remember the first time I talked to you about your concept for World Labs and your passion about what this could bring. Tell us a little bit about what your models do so the audience gets a feel for what does this really mean?
Yeah, well, I heard that there are gamers out there, so this is very exciting. So traditionally, building 3D scenes requires laser scanners or calibrated cameras or hand-built models using pretty sophisticated and complicated software. But at World Labs, we're creating a new generation of models that can use the recent Gen AI technology to learn the structure, not only just flat pixel structure, I'm talking about 3D, 4D structure of the world directly from data, a lot of data. So give the model a few images and even one image, the model itself can fill in the missing details, predicts what's behind objects, and generate rich, consistent, permanent, navigable 3D worlds. So what you're seeing here on screen is a Hobbit world that's created by our World Labs model called Marble. We just give it a handful of images, and it created these 3D scenes that are persistent, and you can navigate. You can even see a top view. And our system transformed a few visual inputs into a fully navigable, expansive 3D world. And it shows how these models not just reconstruct the environment, they really imagine cohesive worlds, wondrous worlds. And once these worlds exist, they flow together and allowing effortless transition from one environment to the next and scaling into something much larger. And this is much closer to how humans piece together a place from a few glances.
Well, it looks pretty amazing that you can do that with such little input. Now, can you just show us a little bit about how the technology works?
Yes, definitely. Let's just ground it in real world a bit more from the Hobbit world. Let's do something that you're very familiar with. So, over the break, our team went to AMD's Silicon Valley office. I hope they got your permission. And
they did not, but that's okay.
Okay, well, now here we are. We just use some regular phone cameras. There's no special equipment, just phones to capture a few images. And then we put them into World Labs' 3D generative model called Marble. And then our model that can use AMD's MI325X chip and the ROCm software stack can create a 3D version of that environment, and including windows, doors, furniture, size, and sense of depth and scale. And keep in mind, you're not looking at photos, you're not looking at videos, you're looking at truly 3D consistent worlds. And then our team started to have a little more fun and decided to
You decided to remodel?
Exactly,
Yes, yeah.
for free for you. For different design styles, right? I don't know which one you guys like the most. I personally really like the Egyptian one, but maybe that's because I'm going there in a few months. And while this transformation is keeping the geometric consistency and the 3D inputs. So you can imagine this can be such powerful tools for many use cases, whether you're doing robotic simulation or game development or design. What would traditionally take months to do in a typical workload, we really could do it in minutes now. And we can even navigate into an entirely different world, like actually the Venetian Hotel. And we just did that yesterday by taking a picture and then put it in the model and then had a little fun. And then it turned this whole place into a 3D imaginative space. And now I'm sure you guys can take pictures and send it to Marble and experience this yourself. But what you don't see here behind the scene is how much computation is happening and why inference speed really matters. The faster we can run these models, the more responsive the world becomes. Instant camera moves, instant edits, and a scene that stays coherent as you actually navigate and explore. And that's what's really important.
You know, Feifei, I think you're going to have a few people going out to your website to try Marble this
We'll
evening.
keep the server up.
But look, that looked really amazing. Can you just share a little bit about your experience working with AMD and our work on Instinct and ROCm?
Yeah, of course. And even though we are old friends, our partnership is relatively new. And I got to be honest, I'm very impressed by how quickly this came together. Part of our model is a real-time generative frame model. It was running on MI325X in under just a week. And then with AMD Instinct and ROCm, our teams were able to iterate really rapidly over a course of a few weeks to improve performance by more than 4-fold. And that was really impressive. That matters because spatial intelligence is fundamentally different from what came before. Teaching AI to understand and navigate 3D structure, have motion, understand physics requires enormous memory, massive parallelism, and very fast inference. And I was seeing your announcement. I can't wait to see platforms like MI450 continue to scale, and they will give us the ability to train larger world models, and just as importantly, to run them fast enough that these environments can feel alive, react instantly as the user or agents move, explore, interact, and create.
No, that's wonderful. Thank you for those comments. Your team has been fantastic working together.
Thank you.
So, Feifei, with all the compute performance that we're going to give you and all of the innovation in your models, give the audience a view of what to expect over the next few years.
Yeah, I know. And as you know me, I don't like to hype. I think the world...
This is like called under-hype, Feifei. So...
No, I think we should just share what it is. It is going to be a changing world. A lot of workflows, a lot of things that were difficult to do will actually go through a revolution because of the incredible technology. So for example, creators can now experience and create real world scenes, scenes in real time, shaping what's in their mind's eye, experimenting with the space, the light, the movement, as if they are sketching inside a living world. And then intelligent agents, whether it's robots or vehicles or even tools, can learn inside very rich, physics-aware digital worlds before they even need to be deployed into the real one, making them much safer, make the development much faster, more capable, and more helpful to people. And designers, for example, or architects, can walk through ideas before anything is built, exploring form, flow, materials, and navigate spaces rather than just staring at static plans. So what excites me most is that this represents a shift in how AI shows up in our lives. We're moving from systems that understand words and images passively to systems that not only understand, but can help us to interact with the world. So Lisa, what we are sharing today, which is turning a handful of images or photos into coherent, explorable world in real time, is not a glimpse of the distant future anymore. It is really the beginning of the next chapter. So you and I talk about this even offline. We know as powerful as AI technology is, it's also our responsibility to deploy and develop it in ways that reflect true human values, that augment human creativity, productivity, and our care for each other, while keeping people firmly at the center of this story, however powerful technologies are. And I'm very excited to partner with AMD and with you on this journey.
Feifei, I think I speak it for everyone. You are, really an inspiration to the AI world. Congratulations on all the great progress, and thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Lisa.